Hello, my country people them. Today na Friday number 18 day for March 2022. As una join una countryman, una know the usual routine, una match fire for Sheram, make it go far and wide. Countryman don't come today for can story with una, for can play for una some audios the way they come out from ambaWorld. And also for give una analysis about the state or the situation of Ambazonia terrorism. My country people them, as una join, una know what for do, una match fire for the share and make it go far and wide. Una share them for WhatsApp, for YouTube, for Facebook. Una share them everywhere, just like MTN. We go play audios for una go listen them like audios, but countryman, most of these things the way we play them, countryman they play now videos. So now their own mouth, their own voices, their own words, where they go use them for describe the state of Ambazonia terrorism for una. I salute you too. Beltus Ateson, Tajua, if they watch live. Countryman, how for you? I hope so when they find oh. I be the drive me oh when I see na motorway that highway in day in front of me. I stop now for petrol station, so for service center for start the live broadcast. When I see our traffic, they crawl now, because some accident is there ahead. Some accident there for that road. Now why that I don't just stop? No point, no day. They queue long. So as una join, una match fire for the share and my country people make it go far and wide. Countryman don't come for Tori with una. Greetings to Meringum. Greetings to all the black legs them. As una join una match fire for share. I go play audios. I go play them. Una go listen from their own mouths. My country people, they go tell una the state of Ambazonia terrorism, the madness. Okay? But I go start with Oka Nasiri Clovis, the ONC. I go explain for we one or two things the way that they go on. When I know say Oka Nasiri Clovis is there inside the Anglophone zone right now, it there for ground zero, as they call them. Oka Nasiri Clovis. It there right inside Indian Meme, it there for Nake. Today, as I speak, it's today there. No be mob. Now police motor that. No be mob. Ambashibu terrorists, they be talk today, so they go report countryman for police. Now police that. They go catch countryman or whatnot. Now when I see the motor, now I don't come back into the picture. Anyways, as I be the talk, we go start with Oka Nasiri Clovis. I go explain for we what they do with the fantastic sensitization work where they do it there for Nake. We get Beltus Ate song. It talk say we are watching together with my Libyalem guys from Chang. Thank you. We get Awunti Prosper Chair. Awunti Prosper Chair is a greetings, the MKPD. Thank you. Mr. Awunti Prosper Chair, on a Mrs. on a Miss. I don't know, because you be black leg, you get very fake account and I love you. We want for take the next few seconds for appreciate Awunti Prosper Chair for the fantastic black legism way they do on for Facebook. We notice your efforts, my countryman. If una meet up Awunti Prosper Chair for bar or for highway, anywhere you go, una beg, una give one very cool 33 export for my bill. Thank una plenty, my country people them. I love your work. I don't notice you with my many fake Facebook accounts them, and you are doing a fantastic job. And every now and again, we need to congratulate ourselves and we need to pat ourselves on the back, and we need to make sure say with the people that they do fine work, we recognize them, even though which way we do them, we need to do them for recognition, we need to do them for seek attention, we need to do them for reward. But I want make we recognize Awunti Prosper Chair today. Make all man type and send up a comment section say good job black leg. And when you talk that good job black leg, you need to just talk to Awunti Prosper Chair. You need to talk now to all the fantastic black legs where they watch we from Mr. Henry Francis. They here they watch live. Len Nelly. We get Awunti Prosper Chair again. We get all the black legs where they don't assemble. We not match fire. We not share and make it go far and wide. Now, make I play this audio where Oka Nasiri Clovis is living for we. We not listen. Make I unmute my volume first. Una listen.
Yes, Igwe. You know, say, when I be there inside the Quran, you know, say, I talk about Papa, then so also, you know, say, one, they meet up me with the story. You know, so Papa tell me, say, this, so, they tell them, say, country already divide. After the day now, so they already divide, already get country. It means, say, I can't understand some certain things, they kind of backward and lack of knowledge of people they get away. If the government fish them down, create a committee, create some situation where some team where they feel like go out, a team where they feel put on some situation to carry out this sensitization issue, use the expert and themselves go on ground, because many people they lack knowledge. We are sure to go say, people they be so backward. When I be tell them I be tell everything with them, I even bring the idea of reconstruction where government get up for them. Papa they carry their hand where they not cry. To be sincere, I'm missing no Igwe, people they suffer. People don't even get people don't even know what it happen. It means any level the Ambabody can't tell them, the judge believe because you don't get person where give that information away, you know, they don't get person where sensitize and to tell them the truth. So the power of sensitization, Igwe, now the backbone of destroying Ambazonia terrorism. That is the issue I can understand more and more on ground. Because even to go on air, not in all places the way they get network, because not get network with it download even a 1 minute audio. Even for you to see no get that strong network, it's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. So now thing that when they don't shut down, if the government they create that one for any place they go for any mission, they get that people will sensitize the people. Any place they go, and they say we make and say this, so as we don't enter the play, we come again, already go only one time. We continue go to play 2-3 times. Igwe, I no go lie, you know. I'm not sure say I'm gonna get 6 more will stay because mommy them no, they be prepared, they go run tire. Then Igwe, I ask them one question. I put no Westman answer. I'm to be sincere, Igwe. Opening air, I ask them say, Papa, he say yes. I say me, I ask you something. You because but the man say wait. He say come no go. I say why? He said because that's what they come into. But that is okay. But come over the cause say wait. He say Anglo fool. You understand? So I tell you say okay now, Papa, if they put you and no West man for country, I go be say my pikin no go lie, no go ever be for one country. I then one at the support Amba. He say my pikin because we know you understand what they happen. Immediately people they will totally darkness where the government get to look away to change people that mentality, may they see the truth and the focus. If you I tell you truth, Sam, my anytime man finish man get chance now, man will really do some fine presentation on that one. I swear.
Thank you plenty, and thank you Okan Nasri Clovis, the ONC, my countryman junior. When I type, I'm sending a comment section, say thank you, countryman junior. So countryman done there for Meme and Dian in the past week. It go right into Ekondo Titi, right inside Nake, right inside Bakundu land, right inside Dian, the deep forest. Go do sensitization work for them. And this one, it come as a result of the people then from Dian, they don't finally decide for go wear their big boy trouser for do what way it be required for destroy Ambazonia terrorism inside their communities. And it goes without saying, say, it be need the third strike for them for learn more sense. That way they can kidnap the 6 divisional delegates them for a Kondo Titi Day, including that Mr. Johnson, where they be go kill. Okan Nasri Clovis, if you can't do a fantastic presentation for Facebook where we cut them, share them far and wide, send them to parliamentarians, them senators, them to the chiefs and the elders and the elites of Ndian. If you send the message directly to the elites of Ndian, say this is what you need to do for stop Ambazonia terrorism. The elites them, they no listen to Okan Nasri Clovis, it fall on deaf ears, because at that time maybe they be saying I'm saying this, so some of them they get their bodyguards, some of them they work at them with military escorts, so it no affected them. Now that one it be happen around July 2021. By November 2021, the same Ambazonia terrorists under Nzegelovet, so-called General Tenkobo na Field Marshal, all them get big titles. Now it can't kill school picking them for a Kondo Titi. At that time, those school picking them too, they don't get bodyguard, they don't get military escort, they don't be no important people for society. Okan Nasri Clovis, once again, they go make a presentation, tell them, say, so this is what you need to do for eradicate Ambazonia terrorism for Ndian. Still, the chiefs, the elites, the parliamentarians, senators, and people the way they're in positions of power and responsibility for Ekondo Titi, they ignore Oka Nasri Clovis. They talk today, so peripheral don't know what to do. Peripheral don't know what to really talk, or some of them they just talk today, so well, I don't care. They say Jaman fool, and then some of them they instead benefit from Ambazonia terrorism one way or the other, be it politically, financially, or one way or the other. People, they don't find a way for survive, but not just survive, but for thrive and for prosper and for benefit from Ambazonia terrorism. That is the truth and the reality. That so people today in three categories. The people the way they talk say German fool, they don't care. The people the way they benefit instead from the terrorism, and the people the way they don't even know what to do. Okay, my contributors. So now the three categories that for Anglophones. But now, the third strike, it happened now only a few weeks ago when the same Zegeloved, so-called Fimasha, so-called 10 Kobo, it goes set some primitive explosives them. And as we know, even a broken clock can tell you the right time twice in a 24-hour period. So that broken clock, it will tell the right time. When the mayor of Ekondo Titi, the CPDM subsection president, and some other chief, and the divisional officer for Ekondo Titi, they befall on that incident and they lose their lives. Suddenly, the elites and Fondian, they decide now for listen to Oka Nasri Clovis, and they decide for do what way it be necessary for destroy Ambazonia terrorism. That time they woke up from sleep, they think say this so. If Dio and mayor where they get bodyguard, that clock where if it tell time twice a day, random time, random a minute and random second, it go fit tell the right time. Maybe it could be you. Now that time that way they don't finally decide, now they pick their phones. They call Oka Nasri Clovis. They tell you, I beg, can't help we do some sensitization. These guys, they don't need much. My country people them. Now me, countryman, the Kumkumasa, the Igwe, the king of all the black legs them. I take my time. I ask for permission from my work. I pay my flight. I go for Cameroon. And as I reach for Cameroon, I use my small political capital where I be raised up, where I get opportunity for me to one or two people them in positions of power. They ask me, say, countryman, how can I help you? I tell them, say, when I give me military escort, I want to go see the DDR for Boya. I want to go talk to people them for day. At that time, I be get connections for day via Kawaya Nick. I be want to go see ye. And they give me the military escort. That was since 2019 for August. Nobody like countryman they talk. This is factual evidence day. I get videos where I make for DDR center. Coronavirus, no be dead then. I no be wear mask. I be human being. I no be superhuman. I go for DDR center for Boya. I go talk to the guys them on the ground. I listen to their concerns, and I might tell them I contribute them. I know what it takes for destroy Ambazonia terrorism. The problem where we get them now say there is no will. There is no will from those in positions of power who can destroy Ambazonia terrorism. They don't yet have the will. And until it touch all man, this thing it no get right for end. Until it touch all man, may they feel the way I feel, so that they could develop that will by force. So that the Ambazonia Shungu terrorists, they can't force them for become black legs them. This thing it no get right for end. So when now the parliamentarians, the senators them, the elites, the chiefs, the section presidents them for Ekondo Titi and for Dian, for Meme, for Fako, they recall Oka Nasri Clovis, and now they talk say, Bo, I beg. Now 10,000 this pay transport Cambodia. We need to do something. Even the big commander for Kumba, editor Clovis, I beg now 5,000 this pay transport camp. These guys do not need much. When I see what way we don't be able to achieve and with our sensitization, with our de-radicalization, disarmament process, with Oka Nasri Clovis, Beltus Atterson, Kingsley Atabongfak, with Valentine, with Rado, with Joel, which we don't be able to achieve them with the bare necessities, then with the basic tools them, which way countryman defeat do nasibity. I use my own personal resources. Plenty people today for you where they watch me live from Bakala CFA to Mba Eugene to whoever, where additional sometimes they will call to say peripheral take 5,000 from top up credit. I never see you for Facebook for 2-3 weeks. What's wrong? They say grand friend, times are hard. Even credit no day. I said take 5,000 top up the credit. Kame will fight this fight. Where they pass you, where you be elected official inside Cameroon for do the same. for do the same, my country people them. We only need now the will for destroy Ambazonia terrorism. Right now, the will is lacking. Now, why that way is supposed to match fire, make all man for the Anglophone zone, it be visited by the Ambazonia terrorists, for invite them into the fight, for invite all we, our optimism, I see you. Now lie talk, buy you Geneva, now lie talk. Leave and for comment section, say countryman, you talk lie. Oh, we know countryman very well with the work hand in glove, with the work, with the collaborate. I don't care whether your name ring past my own because we know they in no competition. We know they in a fight for recognition or attention. Okay? Now what is that way we do? Now what is that way we do? We get people the way they feel do the sensitization, where they feel risk their lives, where they feel go inside Nake, inside the Kondo Titi, they feel go right inside Bole, right inside Indian, for the furthest village, right inside Kwakwa, for go do the sensitization. But there is no will. People then from SDO to DO to parliamentarians to senators to the chiefs. When I lack na ideas, countrymen don't give una kind by kind ideas. What else do you want? The boys at the DDR center and the girls, they need na basic tools. They don't want to take your position as parliamentarian. They don't want to compete with you as chief for una village. All what they need now say transportation, top up credit, buy your mobile phone and see what you could do with them. The only thing where I don't ever do for Clovis, where Clovis no go ever forgive me, or I say forgive. The only thing where I don't ever do for Clovis, Beltus, Joel, Rado, Kingsley, and the rest, where they no go ever forget me. Now say what I take them as my own. Nicolo Mbakwa, countryman, Momo Cartel in the house. Before make no man no shake for this live broadcast, I get fantastic audios. I get plus music where they don't compose and for Sako Ekome. We go play and for you today. We go enjoy Makosa a la Ambazonia style. When I go listen, it is very fantastic, my computer. When I go get the juices for this live broadcast today, I can't prepare though. I can't prepare. So as I be talk, when I just need for develop the will to do what is necessary for destroy Ambazonia terrorism. At the moment, the will is lacking. The only thing I do for Clovis, for Beltus, for Rado, and the rest, now say what I take them like my own brother, like my own junior brother. I mentor them. Okay? I talk to them one-on-one. I advise them. I sensitize them. And then when they need the most basic necessities them, like mobile phone, in order for do the sensitization, in order for communicate with people on the ground, I buy the mobile phone. Mobile phone way, now only 140,000 francs. I buy them, give Clovis, buy one for Beltus, buy one for Joel. That is it. And then now I send them top up credit, 10,000 francs for 1 month. 10,000 francs the top up. If you get MTN, you feel get, which way they call and say 30 gigabytes, where you use 1 gigabyte a day for 30 days. Now the deal that will be getting with them. Then one time when they want to go live, they add 300 francs data on top, or they add 500 francs data on top. So I will give them like just mega pocket change. If countryman be fit do that at with just my leisure time, I be fit take them for mentor these young guys them. And when I fit see the fruits of our labor, when I fit see them, they've been upstanding citizens now to the extent where they don't fly the nest. They be independent. They do now their own sensitization. They do wonderful things them for their own individual lives, their own families, and they do great things them for the country. They do great things them for their villages, them for their divisions. You understand? Nasri Clovis, no, you don't even need for call me for say countryman, I get this and this. What should I do about it? It be independent. I only find out, say, Nasri Clovis be there on ground zero inside the Kondo Titi when he send me video where they do sensitization. Okay? I have my own life to live. In the beginning, they be tired and say they so countryman, they use them, this and that. Then so they don't can say and say this. First of all, countryman get time. I get my own life for live. Then let alone for the monitor, whether some man call Clovis or whether some man talk to Beltus or whether some man send money for Beltus. Who cares? Who cares? Plenty of people that they even come through me. Tell they get my number. They say, countryman, I want to send top up credit to Beltus. I want to send credit to Clovis. I tell you, say, you don't get a number. They say, no. I said, now your number this. I wire the number, G. They take the number, they start communicating. I said, go and talk to them directly. Because I not get time and I not there for control nobody. We there here to do something where it be genuine. Okay, may we not understand that one. Now my country people them. We go play our Kum Kum anthem, and then we play our Cameroon national anthem. Countryman go start drive, and then we go start play for una the audios and the videos, and I go give una my own analysis as time goes on as well. But we go play the most important thing when I get to listen to this music. We come out from ambaWorld. Na Sako Ikome single. And as when they listen to the music, when I know say they even talk plus Mora Momo country talk. I understand all that country talk where they talk for that music. And I want for make a moon know say countryman come on now from Momo. Okay? People the way they come out from Baribo, one chances, two chance. People that come out from that valley, from where they come from from Jikwa. Now them that they talk Bengui. Yes. Now my country people them. When I listen, my country people them, I want to thank all una. We get Obio Chuku day here. One Nation Cameroon day here. We get Manga Bear Blackleg. Peace Patient, say the watch from Ethiopia. We get Guabeb Zhang. We get plenty country people them. We get Lebaran Labo. It's a MKM where me say my countryman, your sense and strategy where you get them, Ukraine get for use them for defeat Russia. You too much. But why you think say me I go want for go support Ukraine? Why you believe say I go support na Ukraine? Why me I don't go support na Russia? First of all, I don't give a damn who win. Whoever win between Russia and Ukraine, we Africa, we I don't care who losses for Ukraine and Russia. We for Africa, we win. It's about time Africans don't over kiki Africans. It's about time white people they start kill themselves too. Make the equation balance more now. Wait, with the over reduced African population, why would they overpopulate? Make they kiki themselves. That one no concern me for no one burning corner. Now why that one I no go ever hear countryman talk about Ukraine and Russia. So for me, make the war continue for 100 years. I no get me no business or interest inside Ukraine, just like I no get me one inside BLM. But before I go, make I no digress plenty. As I be talk about this sensitization. As Okanasri Clovis, it says don't talk and say sensitization are the key for destroy Ambazonia terrorism. I be don't give una this key. Now una don't deny una for use the key for open the door, enter inside the mansion. Or maybe when I don't take the key, when I go open at the wrong backside door, I don't understand but I be don't give una the key. I be don't give una now una deny una for use them. Take Libya Lem for instance. For 2018. Beltus Atesong, they here, if they watch me live. Beltus Atesong, write them, send them for comment section. You be being one of the amber inside BLM Red Dragons under Oliver Lekiaka and Kingsley Atabongofak and Ayeke Lestico. Beltus Atesong, write them. I want you make you write one sentence. Write them, say, in 2018, there were X number of Amber boys in the BLM. Write them, send and make what contribute the CM. And then the next sentence where I want me to write them, send and activity. In 2022, there are X number of Amber boys left in the BLM. Why me they quote this BLM situation? Why me they quote the BLM specifically? Now because now a case study where all Anglophones they need for mimicam, they need to understand what happened for BLM, how the BLM managed for eradicate Ambazonia terrorism, and then you need for copy them, emulate them. Okay, we will get the brave Beltus Atesong, our favorite Bangwa man, and then through Beltus, we'll get Kingsley, we'll get Rado, we'll get Valentine, and even to the extent where you get Okan Nasri Clovis, the ONC, Countryman Junior. They go on the ground. They go on the ground, my country people them, for do sensitization inside the BLM. Maybe Beltus don't put phone for down, it go do something. Or maybe you country people they watch them, or maybe they no one make me a tell you now. There were more than 1,000 Amber terrorists inside the BLM for 2018. Now for 2022. Even the noise maker, film marshal, Oliver Lekiaka, he can't talk say, he no get picking them, and he could go catch civilians them, force them for become Amber. Make una understand say for 2018, that 1,000 plus Amber terrorists them for Libya with me at the talk they be volunteer for go join. No man will put gun for their head, say can be Amber. They be the go voluntarily. Some of them pay registration fee for join Amber. For 2022, they not get up to 30 Amber Boys for the whole of Libya. That is a fact. That is a fact. We now understand. That is a fact. Now, what will happen for Libya? I don't give them 4 names. Rado, Kingsley, Valentine, Belchus Atterson, even Okanas Clovis. They go right down on the ground inside Libya. They sensitize the people them. They make the people they realize and they learn sense and they become black legs. And a wider way, Oliver Lekiaka, go kill the chiefs them for Eswata. Because those chiefs have been there, counselors them for Amber Council for Eswata. But now they turn their backs and they want to become black legs. Now why that way? They go kill them. Oliver Lekiaka go kill them. Make una understand them. So sensitization. Now the key. Most of that people they be Amber for Libya. They don't drop their guns. They did GTR Center. They did Nigeria. They did for Francophone zone. Or they don't kukumai Sam through intelligence work with the black legs on the ground. They give them. And I want to also thank the divisional officer for our law, the S division SDO as well for Libya, and the one for Wabani. All of them, they be do a fantastic work for this sensitization. They will pick their phone, call Beltus, send it credit, say, come on the ground, we get mission, we get sensitization work. And the elites for Libya, they do a fantastic work. They recall these guys for their office, they give them 200,000, go buy mobile phone, they give them top-up credit. That is what is required. The kid don't need plenty money, not be 200,000, it go fit Beltus' family. Especially when you call it one time for 1 year, you give 200,000. You think that one go do it with it. Now for buy phone, for use the phone for gather intelligence on the ground, for send the intelligence to the relevant authorities them, for act, for go wipe the shit, no wipe blast them, sensitize the rest, and then Libya over a period of time, over 2 years, you must see Amber no gay, no place for Libya anymore. Oliver Lekiaka don't go from person where they act film them. If they can't film them to person where the fear for make audio. One of the reasons why any of it appear on camera now because they will go see the number of picking away get them. You know get up to 30 Amber Boys and for the whole of the BLM today. Mateuna. They know they. If the fear for make video, the last time we be come out on video, I be count now 12 picking them for a corner plus 13. Now all that. Make una understand them. Now, my contribute them. When I listen to Sako, you single. Yes. Momo Cartel in the house. Now listen, it's very entertaining.
Révolution d'Ambazonia. La Cruz, Dr. Sako, apprentice associé. Tien appris à Portia. Politica Wichima, Yalandi Alak. Amber Boy, single. Dr. Sako, he promised Ambazonia them say within $1 million, I go take una rich boya. Baswe, that road for boya is so long. That road for boya is so long. And the Ambazonia said, see people.
Yes. For una we una no know, na Momo Cartel this, na Mogamo country talk this way the singer for day. Una listen, Nicolom Bakwa, una listen, una mash fire, una share them. My country people them, this is so sweet. Actually, I love this music. Una listen them.
Kankan people. Kankan 4 past 10 with the avocat way. Sisi kwa yuk tabi panyangi boy. Dismiss and say you know qualify. For arrêté, case even for Tifao. Barrister John Fu, he come for a die you need.
Yes.
Say he must come on Sisi kwa yuk tabi for Chia. In not Bakankan Jim Grammar for television. Population d'Ambazonia acts and say, that you own grammar now from Gumba House on a village when you study. This Ano, political tip man for Ambazonia. He used Bakanka spectacle for Tuado. Magretasha d'Ambazonia.
Oh yes.
He told them say, me a day so and work for aeroport. Me a no go train for Tuado. Every tata, he say me a no go join equipe national for Tuado people. He too come on, say na for Tumbanyong na so. I return to nana person for Tumbanyong for a time yo. Politique Ambazonia, na for tip people. Yeah, the struggle for what? One day, liberation va venir. Sakoram spoil we country, now we go fix and Sakoe, Sakoram dirty water,
Now who go drink it?
Sakoram spoil we country, now we go fix and
Okay, my country people them. For 2016, 2017, when I remember the Anglophone Cameroonians, they will sing a different song. Where they will sing and pass Obamenda Tuakom, or like I'm Benin Corner. They will sing Seweti. Now how many people Pobia go kill? Now 2021 this. Tables, they don't turn upside down. Now they sing Naweti when I listen. Now they sing and say, Sako don't spoil we country, oh, now who go fix them? Sako, Sako, water don't dirty, say Sako don't dirty water, now who go drink them? Now, for 2016, when I be cry, marginalization, shimmy my food. They don't shimmy my food. For 2020, now when I serve the same Anglophones them, when I talk say that to a pastor them, say that thief people them, this and that. When I go tire Anglophones with hypocrisy. No mean that. Now, I tell you the real reason. Now make we go to the state of Ambazonia terrorism. When I listen to this one, we call himself Eriko Agaba. Or now what do you call him? Eriko Akaba. Now in that, I go explain for una something will be critical. Make una pay attention to what we Eriko Akaba. I go talk about what black legism, and then una pat una selves on the back, my country people them.
I'm not saying some people they don't be fed up.
Fed up.
Some people they don't be frustrated.
Frustrated.
They don't be discouraged.
Discouraged.
As far as this revolution be concerned.
No be lie.
Another one. We dey talk with plenty people.
Yes.
And they air out their frustration. They air out their frustration. For say not be that they level this way, this war be supposed to be. Not be that they level this way upon 5 years. That they level this. And we get now, where do we go on? I will tell you now.
Tell we.
We get now for Ambazonian territory. We get a lot of black legs.
Black legs.
If we get 500 black legs for 2020.
Yes.
Now, we don't get at least 10,000 black legs.
10,000. Listen. When I listen.
If we get 500 black legs for 2020,
yes.
Now we don't get at least 10,000, and our fighters they don't understand. Say black leg they exist, and they don't understand. Say black leg and you make a key a lot of them. Now
So my country people them, when I hear what way Eriko Akaba talk, make una do the maths. He talk say, if they will get like 500 black legs for 2020, just 2 years later for 2022, it could be now at least 10,000. When me say black legs, they don't multiply by a factor of 20 in the space of 2 years. Where you tell una say black leg they multiply 10 times in the space of 1 year. So as every year they go by, black leg they multiply 10 times. So for 2020, now for 2022, now 10,000 at the very minimum. Now you talk, now you and just analyze now what that way themselves, so they don't observe them. They want the so-called revolution for succeed. They want make no black leg no exist. They no want for talk wait they talk them, but it be forced for can't talk them because say water it don't dirty for side up. Because say they so water don't pass Gary. Now why that way it can't talk them now? Make you understand. If black leg they multiply by a factor of 10 every year, it means say wait. It means say by 2023, that 10,000 where they talk now, it could be waiting 100,000. They're going to multiply by a factor of 10 again. You now understand? It going to multiply. So by 2024, now how many black legs now you get to multiply? Wait within now 10,000 by 20 for find out what way could be by 2024. 200,000 or something like that. Now the factor that way now themselves they talk and say every 2 years black legs they multiply by a factor of 20 from 500 in 2020 to 10,000 in 2022. Now a factor of 20. Which means say from 2022 to 2024 you get to multiply that 10,000 where you talk by 20. Where it could mean say wait now at least 200,000 black legs there could be. Now then they talk, now the statistics, now the analysis, that way you get them from their own mouths. And then they go on for talk, say, and they understand, say the so-called Amba terrorists, they'll be killed because of the black legs. I tell you now, say now only black leg, it will resolve Ambazonia terrorism, maybe so. We not forget about anything where we not get for talk, now sensitization and black legism. And the black legism comes about because of the sensitization and the atrocities of the Ambazonia terrorists. And the atrocities them, we need for simplify them, we get for sensitize the world about their atrocities them, for make it be more effective, make the black legism a work the more. Eriko Akaba, a continue. Now listen.
A lot of people, they don't be frustrated. They get grievances.
Grievances.
Here and there. But now, and it come with a message of hope.
Hope.
And it come with a message of hope. Say, and it beg my mommy and my papa them.
Okay.
My brothers and sisters, when they don't give up. Or one thing or the other, it do you. You want to be discouraged for this revolution. I know, say, most of the grievances are mismanagement of funds.
Mismanagement.
Lack of transparency. Lack of accountability. For the leaders, the way will be entrust the power. For the leader, the way we entrust the power. Ambazonia people will be fooled.
Fooled.
But man, say you can fool some people all the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time.
Okay, my contributor. So that one Eriko Akaba on now waiting. Now you talk. It tell when I say them, Ambazonians them. They're very smart people. The way they talk say Anglophones they be smart. Very intelligent people them. But now you say they can't talk say they were fooled. How they do manage fool when we over get sense? How they do manage fool when we get bang 199 cents all una. And then they go on for talk about the thievery, the mismanagement of funds, the lack of transparency, lack of accountability. But when I be talking when they run from Cameroon government because of all those things then, how it be possible then now say when I go create something where when they run away from and then create a version of it where it be worse than what when I say when I run away from. And then now, the question where you get to also ask yourself now, say, how these dull people them, where he says they talk say they be fooled, how these fools they be come out now for realize say they be fooled. Blacklegism. That is it. We are helping them come out of that foolish slumber. Now we help them. My trip to Boya, mismanagement or corruption and thievery, now we blacklegs uncover the nonsense, broadcast them to them, sensitize them about the thievery of their own money. Now it cause the infighting, the rift, the mistrust, the calamity where they happen, and the disaster where they call them IG1, IG2, IG3, IG17. Now we cause them, but we be only the doing for help they fool them. Now ye talk say they were fooled. How you go fool person will not be foolish? When I explain that one for me, how can you fool someone who is not foolish? Now foolish people than all. Even Oka Nasri Clovis the talk for that old Joe tell me say now sensitization be the key. It's a countryman. Our people are backwards. Our people they lack knowledge. Now you talk. When I say Clovis don't like the people them for a condo titi from Bongay for Nake. Clovis love them, now you people them, but they don't realize the same truth when me I be realize them. Say what people they still dull. What people they still lack knowledge, the most basic knowledge where you expect say all man already get them. What people are still lacking in it, and they go run around talk about their Anglo-Saxon heritage, how they been the most educated people. Say when they call them Anglo-fools, they're vexed, they don't crush me. Some of those things is just the truth. If you're acting foolish, as a person call you a fool, accept it. Maybe the Ambazonia terrorism, it don't can show we exactly how foolish Anglophones they be. It not show we. Sometimes they never insult. Sometimes na character building. Sometimes them na reality check. Now something for make you wake up. You check say, but hang on, they talk with the man talk am. Na true or na lie? Na true or na lie? So now the division amongst them for una way una be get time for waste. Una go listen to so-called Marianta, so-called speech the other day. I listened them today in preparation for this live broadcast last day, but there was nothing in it where I feel bring them for una can't tell una say talk am. The only thing we talk and way it be worthy of notice. Now say it try for threaten parliamentarians them and senators them and the Anglophone elites them where they support one and indivisible Cameroon. It talks say they been enablers in the house. It talks say so if they no change. Wait, after 5 years, where when I don't threaten them, do all kind of things. Ask them, they boycott election, they deny them, they ignore una. After that, they still go vote for the election. So the day inside the system, they enjoy their life to go. 5 years later, out of una frustration, you could threaten them now with waiting. Time when we even get a few Amber boys when for free use them for threatening them, that time don't pass. Then now when I can't talk today, so if they don't leave the House of Assembly for Yaoundé and the Senate, we now go consider Operation Clean House. I laugh today. Instead they will consider Operation Clean House for go after the parliamentarians, the senators, and the Anglophone elites the way they did for Yaoundé. I just laugh. When I go with them, go after them with what? With what? Empty, useless noise. Why would I not just show quiet? Just like how I be making noise about AFCON. If I be showing you quiet, this thing not for backfire for una face. Una not forget this egg on una face where it there for day now about for AFCON. If una be just showing quiet, but una be go talk. Anyways, it go on again. The other thing where Marianta talk, it try to talk about the infighting, how Amber, the Kosh Amber, they'll fight amongst themselves. Even small picking, they go for Facebook in the name of activists. They go insult their elders and all of those things them, and they bring in more division, more mistrust, and all of those things them. But now guess what? It will never end. Now the Anglophone stupidity, that way we talk about the Anglofoolery, it no go ever stop. Anglophones don't know what they want. Even when you get for them, they not gonna know themselves, they don't already get them, so they will continue for they do stupid things them because their fundamental problem now say they don't know them where they want. So nothing, not the way you will give Anglophone person where you go satisfy you, because an Anglophone Cameroonian, the stupidity of the Anglophone Cameroonian now say He has no idea what he wants. He don't know whether na federalism or whether na regionalism or whether na decentralization or whether na special status. So Anglophone man don't know where he wants, or whether na Anglophone man don't know. Anglophone man don't understand how the world works. They don't understand how to play politics, and that's why you know to satisfy ye. They don't know what they want. That's just the truth. Now, Chris Anu, now their communications guy, I guess, for IG number 3 under Marianta, I guess. So now Chris Anu, the Marianta so-called speech, it began to happen now 2 days ago on the 16th of March. But it no happen. It happened now yesterday, the 17th of March. The same 16th of March where Marianta get to come present that so-called speech, where they beg, say, may they not go out there, go kosh each other and all of that. You know, want the infighting and whatnot. The same that 16th of March, where did Chris Anu be do live on Facebook? Wanna listen?
Now, you hear us calling Sako and the rest con men.
Con men.
We call them 419ers. We call them all sort of names. And I see their headmaster, the man they call Ochiba, write a little piece there and said, say to Chris, and the commentator called him and said, who is Ochiba that we should be calling him? This is a guy who, I don't want to go low, but
go low.
Who is him? Who is him? For us, for commentator, for Chris Anu to be calling him, who is him? Ladies and gentlemen, when we come out calling these guys con men and con women, you see, you are able to see exactly what we mean. There are many of them like that, like they are just like their master, Sako. And I will tell you why. I will tell you why.
Tell us.
But this is what I am saying. Anytime you see anything either written or audio or video coming from the headmaster, ladies and gentlemen, know that they are incapable of speaking the truth.
Not yet.
They are incapable of dishing out anything that is true. And again, that is sent to them from their leader, Sako. Don't forget that video, that preaching in Brazil, where Sako go and stands there and said, you know, God told me. Really, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I always said to Christians, don't tell me God told you. Don't tell me God told you. If you tell me God told you, I will ask you, how did God tell you? Many people, when they want you to believe their lies in their concoction, they use the name of God in vain. They say, God told me, God spoke to me. How did he do it? That is not to say God doesn't minister to people or speak to people, but many people just make it up.
True.
Especially people in the ministry. Sako goes to Brazil and says, oh, God told me to pass out my churches, so I called my sons from my left, from my right, and told them, you go take that church in Victoria. You take the church in Tico. You take the church in Munya. You take the church in Moyoka. You take the Bible school in Cuba. Can you imagine somebody that is called a man of God fabricating these kind of lies? When you see a person who is able to stand before thousands of people and fabricate stuff like this, that person is capable of everything.
Everything.
And that's why we call them con men. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why we call them con men. Don't call them pastors. Don't call them Christians. Don't call them believers. They are con men.
Don't me talk.
The same con man. The same con man, ladies and gentlemen. Many of you have asked the question, how come Secretary just turned away from Sako and started talking ill of him? Because he played the same con on yours truly. The interim government has not embezzled a dime. The acting president does not live on a salary. Nobody lives on a salary. Nobody bills are paid.
When I hear that one, na Christopher Anu for 2019, where that time it be na Sako Ikome, ye crime partner. Okay, he partner in crime. Where he began to talk say they need to pay no person a bill. That was a categorical lie. Where Chris Anu come out, he can't talk him for support Sako Ekome, for cover Sako Ekome, because they will pay Sako Ekome bills, they will pay rents. Chris Anu can't lie for 2019. So make it no shock no person. Say for 2022, when Chris Anu can't talk all these ones, then make una understand that because of your frustration, because say Sako, you know they do wait away, they want make Sako do them. Okay, my contributor, make una understand that one. Okay, now I want make una understand again. For yesterday, the 17th of March 2022, after Marianta come on for make that so-called speech, where it talks today, so make una no go for Facebook, go to crush each other, because they need for collaborate, they need unity, they desperately need for project and image to the international community, say they be united, because at the moment the image where the international community get of them, that an image of a people that are disjointed, a people that have no idea what they want, they are fighting amongst themselves, they have no cause. That the image that Marianta articulate and for make they understand, say they desperately need for work together, for show a united front to the international community. After Marianta it come out for make that speech, 10 minutes later, not even up to 10 minutes, 5 minutes later, Chris Anu, he be there live on the same live program. Chris Anu, he make this observation after playing Marianta, he broadcast. Now wait till this way Chris Anu talk. Una listen. No be me the talk, no be countryman the talk. If na me I talk, una go talk say na because I be black leg, na because say probably I don't pay me 15 million every month for can sabotage una so-called struggle. No be me the talk. This one now una own communications so-called minister, where it go against where he own so-called president come on for talk am 5 minutes ago. It cost Sako. Una listen now.
After also, he began to come to cabinet to say, you know what, this is what I have decided. This is what we are going to do. If he doesn't do that, he went and signed one of those so-called executive orders.
So-called
orders in a country that doesn't exist.
Una yet?
Executive orders in a country that doesn't have a law card. He thought the guy, this thing climbed onto his head, and he thought he was already in Goya. What?
When I hear what way Chris Anu talk now, sorry, say the volume it be low. When I reach for my destination, I go process the video, stamp MKPD for day as I know, and then share and make it go far and wide and spray and for Facebook. He talks say Sako Ekome, it is signed executive order. He call him say so-called executive order in a country that does not exist, in a country that does not have law courts. What do you mean? He means that those pieces of paper where Sako be sign all those nonsense on top is trash. It be trash. It's a signing executive order in a country that doesn't exist. So now only after Sako don't sack Chris Anu, for Chris Anu for understand say you be Secretary of State for Communication in a country that does not exist. When I see the comedy, themselves they know him. Now them they can't talk him. If na me I don't tell una all these things them since 2018. Say Ambazonia in a country where no exist. Na Facebook nonsense where una they make him. Now for 2022, now them they can't help me for talk him. Okay, my contributor them. Now them they can't help me for talk him. Now make we go back for 2019. When I hear which way Chris Anu a get for talk. But before I go back for 2019, for go hear what Chris Anu get for talk, I want me when I also understand another thing where Marianta a talk him yesterday. Another key thing. Now wait, fundraising. Of course, the only reason why Marianta can give a so-called speech now for launch your own fundraising initiative. My country people them. I don't even remember what they call them. So my trip to Boya failed. County by county fail. Selling pins fail. Selling bonds, Amber bonds fail. Amber cryptocurrency fail. They get book launches, they fail. They go from basket to basket, it fail. Sunday offerings, it fail. CID, it fail. Citizens levy, it fail. President's corner, fail. Lava storm 1, lava storm 2, lava storm 3, fail. You get national AK campaign, fail. All of this way me at the enumerator, I'm not just the few fundraising initiatives them way I feel remember them. I know write them down. I know say countryman they do this live broadcast now live, and at the drive right now on the motorway in the United Kingdom. At the drive at a speed of 67 miles an hour. So me I know they read nothing. All of these things I come for talk and so come on now from my very powerful CPU. Where they call them say brain. It come on now from my brain. My central processing unit for this computer known as my country people. You now understand? Now just the one the way me I feel remember I'm on the spot. 400 yes, another one, Changshu boys. Big rubber gun, big firewood. They're plenty. Their number one problem, na money. Their number one problem, na money. Even the fight between IG1, IG2, IG3, now a fight for recognition, a fight for legitimacy, and a fight for being able for fool the gullible ambashumbu them for move their $10, $10, €10, €10 pounds for give them fake pastors the way they don't get job. You now understand? It's all about raising money. That said, make a play video. They want to be audio now video live broadcast where Christopher Anu be doing for 2019. You now listen.
I want to state it very, very clear that this interim government remains very, very, very open to negotiations. Right now we are at war. We are very much aware that every war ends on a negotiation table. And so we have heard of stories, narrations that the interim government is not ready to negotiate with anybody. That is absolutely false. That is absolutely not true. This interim government remains open to meaningful negotiations that will find a solution to this crisis. And so we want to encourage every one of us. We want to encourage every one of us to encourage dialogue. Mr. Bier has so far refused to call one. But we want those who are trying to mediate to know we are open to dialogue. In fact, the interim government has set up a committee called ACON. The reason why we set up that committee, which is a work in progress, headed by Professor Carson Anyangwe, the reason we set up that committee or commission is to come out with views, a statement that best represents every Ambazonian in the event of any negotiations coming up. So listen, we are prepared to sit down on the table.
So now the Ambashumbu terrorists that way, they don't be prepared since 2019, 3 years ago, for negotiate or for dialogue or whatever. But they no day for dialogue with them. Okay, they don't be prepared since then for negotiate and for dialogue. Now 2019, this one a video, no be audio. Chris Anu no fit deny him. I go publish the damn thing. Where when I wait my reach side they go. I go share them when I go watch them now. Now, this one where I get to play them, I get to do about finance. When I go understand how desperate they be. This one now since 2019. Make una understand say at the time where you make this video, where we go live for Amber Alphabet TV, go make this video, they be getting only one IG. At that time, they be get one IG, one coordinated effort for do fundraising. So all the so-called Ambazonians in the whole world, they will focus all their attention for one IG, for one so-called Ambazonia, for raise funds. All man, where they donate money, they donate them to this one cause. They began only one IG for 2019 before they divide the so-called IG. When now listen to what way Christopher Anu, the communications guy for the Ambazonia terrorists for Facebook, now wait till this way talking for 2019.
Unfortunately, it's a war we never prepared for.
Yes.
We never expected it.
Yes.
Our boys for the past 1 year have been fighting this war with them guns.
When I hear no.
For 1 year.
Then guns.
For 1 year.
Yes.
The boys defending our territory have been fighting the war. A trained army with machine guns for 1 year with then guns.
But when I get a day, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, if we all are not ashamed of ourselves, then I don't know what else we should be thinking of ourselves.
Shame.
Since this war began,
when I listen,
lots and lots of fundraising has been carried out.
When I listen,
Sisiko went around from town to town, country to country, city to city,
yes,
raising money.
Good.
Acting President Dr. Sako has been going city to city, state to state.
When I pay attention for 2019, when I hear what we call Sako Ekome, he call it acting president, the AIP. Now what's that way they will call Sako Ekome, AIP. Now, who say when I think say they don't put that word A, that acting, it don't disappear. Okay? It don't go from acting interim president to the interim president to the president. Hi. Now, and then it also goes for explain the confusion where I tell when I say Anglophones don't know what they want. Look at the Ambazonia Shimbu terrorism. Even just the name of the country where they talk to the one create them, they don't know them what they don't know the way to call them. Someone they call them say Southern Cameroons. Someone they call them say Ambazonia. Someone the one call them say Ambazonia. They talk say they don't want nothing for do with Cameroons. They don't want make Cameroon it even appear for that name because it go confuse people. Them it go make them they like say they been a part of Cameroon. They been just a part of the southern part of Cameroon. It confuse people them. So they don't want them nothing for do Cameroon. They want for remove that southern Cameroons. They just want make it be in Ambazonia. Now the other people the way they want make it be. They make it be in Southern Cameroons. They explain them for them. Say they so. The United Nations, if they don't recognize a territory in the past as Southern Cameroons, now when they can't talk to Ambazonia. When we go to the international community, we got table documents where they talk say Ambazonia. No man no go know who will they talk about or where this place is. No man no get idea because that territory it never ever exists. No man no know them. No man no recognize them on the international scene. So we are just going to make a laughing stock of ourselves. Imagine say you go for some person, you dey talk about your country. At the end of your speech or at the end of your communication with you, it will come ask you one simple question where it just disarm you. And that question is, where is Ambazonia? Or what is Ambazonia? Basically, that one will tell you, say, what the hell have you been talking about? What are you talking about? Because starting from the name, starting from where you talk about, I haven't got an idea. I don't know me where you talk about. Who started the country day? On what planet is this Ambazonia you're talking about? So now, the Anglophones, they be so confused. Their president, they don't know whether they're acting or not interim, or not acting interim, or not just president. They haven't got an idea. Now, they don't know whether they are president, na Ayuk Tabe, or na Sako, or na Marianta, or na Tita. They have no idea. Their country, they don't know whether na the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, or na the Republic of Southern Cameroons, or na the Republic of Ambazonia, or na, They haven't got an idea. Maybe when I understand, now the stupidity, when me they talk about Anglophones them, they haven't got a clue, starting with what they want. Now you get to define which way you want them. And Anglophones, they not be capable for just define which way they want them, and then let alone for go achieve them. Now, Chris Anu continue. When I listen,
I have been to some of those places raising money. We initiated the project My Trip to Boya. We raised some money. But it is unfortunate, ladies and gentlemen, that of all of these initiatives,
when I listen,
only a select few of Ambazonians who live in the diaspora, mainly in the United States and Europe, continuously sponsor this revolution.
When I hear,
it is said that there are over 2 million Ambazonians that live in the diaspora. But that base is there.
Good.
It is hard.
Sorry about the interference, my country people them. When I listen,
diaspora, mainly in the United States and Europe, continuously sponsor this revolution. It is said that there are over 2 million Ambazonians that live in the diaspora. But out of the 2 million, it is hard, very, very, very hard to count 3,000. I mean, just 3,000, not 30,000, 3,000. I mean, there are statistics. The database is there. It is hard, very, very hard, to count up to 3,000 Ambazonians who have supported this war. The 3,000 I'm referring to, these are the ones that continuously give. In other words, when we ask for money, only the same people continue to give. But we hear questions like, what are they doing with the money they have received? Oh, they are talking about fundraising every day. What are they doing with the money?
Good question.
Why can't they change them guns? Why can't they give them enough peanuts? How can you even dare ask those questions when you are not one of those who are giving your best to support this revolution? 2 days ago, somebody called me from the state of Maryland and said to me, after seeing all the killings in Moyoka, he said to me, I am tired of this. What are you going to do? What is the interim government going to do? For how long do we allow our boys die the way they are dying, the way they are being killed? For how long? He asked. And many people have made this kind of inquiries. But a question I like to ask a lot of you out there is, how much have you given?
Nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, how much? This is no time of pretense, and I will never shy away talking about money for this war. I will never ever shy away asking you to give your money for this war. 3,000 people are not going to give us victory for this war. They will get tired. What if every Ambazonian in the diaspora gave just $1? That is $2 million.
So my contributor, when I don't hear now the communications guy for the Ambashumbu terrorist comedy for Facebook, it tell when I say according to ye estimation, there are 2 million Anglophones in the diaspora. My talk say it be way off. My talk say even only 1 million. Okay? But then wait will be very, very clear and I say not them, but they receive all this money where people they contribute them. Now they go ask people them for money, and the people that give them the money, they get database. They get a list of people the way they give them money, how much they give them money, how often they give them the money. And they tell you, say by 2019, after a whole 2 years of so-called war, And at that time, it be me when I understand say now the peak of this Ambazonia madness. Now the peak that way Anglophones they be support this thing past any other time. And at that peak of Amba terrorism, if you only count 3,000, he said the statistics are there. Because now them they collect the money, they know who they pay. Less than 3,000 or about 3,000 Anglophones. Now, themselves they claim, say they get 8 million so-called Ambazonians. Or Matox just the one in the diaspora, 2 million. Find out, put 3,000, divide that by 2 million. You could see the percentage, the tiny fraction of a percentage of people the way they don't hold every single other person captive because they decide for buy guns them, weaponize the poorly educated shit no white blast inside Cameroon. They can kidnap una family members and for ransom. They hold you to ransom and una de pay. And some of una deny for fight back. Now because una not get the will, no be because they una not get the tools, no be because they una not get the weapons, no be because they una not get the means for fight back. The problems where una get them, now say una not get the will for fight back. My country people them. That is the truth and that is the reality. Una don't decide for capitulate, for let a handful of shit no white blast in the diaspora, failures in life, like the Sako Ekome, Christopher Anu, Mark Barretta, Eric Tato, Ayabacho Lucas, Eriko Akaba, and all the other idiots, them J73, all of them don't decide for raise peanuts, measly amount of money for destroy Cameroon, destroy your investments them, and una fold una arms, una shouldn't look at them. I don't get conversations then with people the way they inside Cameroon, with people in positions of power, parliamentarians, senators, chiefs, paramount chiefs, and whatnot. They message me, they cry. They say, countryman, Capo Daniel, he don't post for Facebook. He called my name. Capo Daniel, don't talk, say me they do this. Capo Daniel. I ask the man, say, are you a man or a mouse? I ask he say, I say, Pa, you get black hot, you get canas. I say some shumbu, idiot, irrelevant shit, no white blast. He call your name, you the shake. I ask he say, question number 1. What did they wake Capo Daniel if he do for you, where you know if he do for you 10 times worse? If threaten you, a passion for threatening you. If you lack way for threatening, instead for if you message countryman, tell me say countryman, this shumbu don't threaten me. I beg, advise me how for threaten me back. Advise me what for do for get to this shumbu. Me I go advise you. I'm not gonna hesitate. But when you come to me cowering like someone with no powers, with no influence, you are cowering, you are shaking, you are scared of some shumbu shit, no white blast. It means that you know be qualified for hold that title where you the holder. You not be responsible enough for give your life, for serve your people. That's what you are. If you've been a parliamentarian, your title na MP, a member of parliament, or a representative of the people. You cannot represent the people when you are afraid of shumbushit, no white blast like Capo Daniel. So when Capo Daniel attack you, you cower like that, and you shake like dross, like old dross, and then you expect mommy for village, where no even get kwakoko for chop. You expect it for do na weti. You expect it for act na how. When you educated, you empowered with titles, with positions, you where you get money, you where you get influence, you where you even get security, armed guards, where government provide them to you because of the position where you get them in society. If you shake like that, you expect the mami for kwakwa, for nake, mami for baribo, for gujang, mami with there for ndop, for bambalang. You expecting now for duna how? That is the question. You expecting now for duna how when they can't threaten you? And you there on the ground, you the first talk show you there in Yaoundé, or you there something in New York, you there for holiday. What do you want? My country people them. You people lack the will. Nobody say when I don't get the weapons, the tools, the know-how, and the expertise for destroy Ambazonia terrorism. You people don't want it to go. Either you lack the will because you're all cowards, or una the benefit, or you just don't care. Find out where you belong. Which one? Is it because you just don't care? Or because you are benefiting from the Ambazonia terrorism? Or because you are a coward? Which one are you? Hey, my country people, find out. Some shumbushi no white blast them. When I don't hear, na Christopher Anu that he talk him. 3,000 people there. USSF talk say these people cannot continue to donate day in, day out, month in, month out, year in, year out. They will tire. It's that 3,000 people cannot take us to Boya. Now you talk him. That was 2019. For me, I understand something. Back then, those 3,000 people, they will donate all into one basket on that so-called IG. When I hear high talk him, they say Sisiku, they go out, they donate. The AIP, that time they still call Sako, say acting interim president, AIP. They will go out, they donate this and that. Now that time that we still get now one IG. They will still get now under Ayuk Tabe. Now why that way they will say Sako now acting interim president because they act under Ayuk Tabe. Now Sako can't change the name now to just president. No be even acting, no be even interim. It just be president. Sako Tilboya. Yes. So make una understand. Now this one is not an analysis. This one is just the fact and the truth and the reality. Now with that way it happened. Okay, 3,000 people they don't hold are all captives because they don't donate some $10 they put them together. They raise some miserable 2,000 or $2 million US. Buy some future carbon guns, some AKG, some shumbu. They can't begin terrorize una, and una too una capitulate, una fall down, roll over, make they can't walk on top una like carpet. Like carpet. They say you make yourself banana monkey go chop you. You make yourself carpet, we go walk on top you. And I wait that una don't make una selves. No blame no man. You have to fight back by every means necessary. You have to fight back, my country people then. Fight back. Find a way. Find a way to fight back. If you lack strategy, ask countryman. I'll get plenty strategies then. One of them now for create fake Facebook account for Facebook. You don't need money for do that one. If you know if you create one, find picking where you go create them. Oka Nasri Clovis Day come for Facebook, plenty fake account they will don't already create them. They just need small top-up credit. 1 month, just send some small 5,000. So for encouraging me continue the black legism. We sunshine every single ambush with terrorists for your community. When I hear Eriko Akaba, they can't talk them. They say black legs they multiply now every day, and now black leg they kill the ambush with them. Every time after they don't wipe the amber for una community, peace it comes for that community automatically. No questions asked. Peace in the return. So if you get properties where you fear me amber no bonam, or you get investments or whatever, and now you know what to do. Support the grassroots sensitization. Once we kill the ambush terrorists for your community, no man no go there with you pass or burn your properties anymore. Your problem is solved. It is as simple as that. My country people them. You know overheard. Now, if we now listen to this audio where Christopher Anu leave him a few days ago, I'll be broadcasting for you now. If we now listen to the audio, it talk him say Sako Ekome, it don't hijack the treasury. I go play excerpts of that audio. We now listen, my country people them. We now listen.
The treasury hijacked. I am Chris Anu, your communications secretary, and today is Tuesday, March the 8th, in the year of our Lord 2022.
10 days ago.
The struggle for the actualization of the independence of the Southern Cameroons rides on the locomotive that is the interim government of Ambazonia. Unfortunately, that leadership has been so sick for quite a long time now. The interim government actually developed bad tires. It developed bad tires for about 4 years. About 4 years, though no one saw it clearly. That bad tire happened to be the most important of all the tires. The bad tire that almost punctured the interim government and the struggle was the leader, the president. And here I mean Samuel Sako. To get to the interim government, and the struggle back on course.
Back on course.
The bad tire had to be replaced. It couldn't be fixed.
Why?
In fact, it refused to be fixed.
No be lie.
And the last option was to completely replace it.
Now so?
This summarily explains the reason for the impeachment and removal of Samuel Sako as president of Ambazonia by the people.
As president of Ambazonia, not the AIP, not the acting interim or the interim president. Now, they don't change him to just president. Okay, now, I go forward the audio, send them for front small. Make una listen. Wait the way you go talk about the treasury where Sako Ikome hijack him. He leave this audio the 8th of March, when 10 days ago. Today, na the 18th of March, 2022, my countrymen. Now, only 10 days ago, where he leave this audio. Okay, my countrymen? Yes. My forward them for front small. When I bear with me, I forward them for front.
The National Treasury, and she has never given account, ladies and gentlemen, of how the funds going into her private accounts were used. The fact is that Sako was aware of this practice. At least I'm aware that once the National Treasury invited him into a meeting to formally lodge the complaint that Irene was keeping Ambazonia's money in her private accounts. The National Treasury was expecting Sako to call Irene to order and to have her release the funds in her private account into the National Treasury. Sako did nothing. Irene never released the funds.
When I listen,
how she was using the funds, ladies and gentlemen, in those private accounts is only known between her and Sako. She continues doing so till date. Last Friday, the news broke that Sako has gone to the bank and hijacked the accounts of the National Treasury into his column.
When I listen,
he is fronting gullible men and women who at the end of the day are going to be the only ones to stand before the courts and lawyers and judges to answer charges of fraud and corruption in all of what is called Ambazonia Foundation. But this is the reason why Sako is confiscating the National Treasury.
When I listen,
it isn't just because he wants the over $150,000 balance that is still left in it. It is.
When I hear Christopher Anu the tell when I say the Ambazonia so-called National Treasury, it get not only $150,000. Make una understand, say na Facebook country where they not get them no bonds, they not get them no gold reserves, they not get them no resources for trade, they not get them no trading in the international markets like the New York Stock Exchange or the London Stock Exchange. What me I talk? Or the London Stock Exchange or the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. They not get them no gold reserve, they not get them no natural reserves. That so-called treasury. Now everything where the so-called Facebook Republic of Ambazonia, you get them. 150,000 US dollars. But when I not understand, when I go think say that one a big plenty money, or might tell una something. 150,000 US dollars. Now just about 78 million francs. Now all that, it clear or it no clear? Now only about 78 million francs. No be plenty money. I know for you as an individual, you would think say, what, 78 million are plenty money? Yes, 78 million will be plenty money if they give you one person as an individual. But imagine running a country, running ministries, Ministry of Defense, where at that same time when they talk say when they at war, and then running Ministry of Communication, and then running Ministry of Health and Social Services, blah 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 blah, and all of that nonsense. Diplomatic relations, you get to travel, you get to pay Sako Ekome rents and the bills and all of those things on 78 measly million francs. That's nothing. Even the ambaShumbu terrorists, they could tell when I say this, so they pay countryman 15 million francs every month. Wait, it means wait. It means after just 10 months, I could not make 150 million francs. Less than 1 year, me I make more money past the whole money way, the whole of Ambazonia so-called country get them now. So 150,000 US dollars now something. Now chicken change. And now just for tell una how desperate they are. And then the few 3,000 people them where they don't manage, they contribute that small the chicken change token for my trip to Boya, citizens levy, county by county, war draft, all of those, the jam box, all those contributions them. Say president's corner, this and that, the basket to basket, Sunday offering, they contribute all of those. It's still not plenty, now only 130. And then after they don't contribute all that money, they not even consider the picking the way they did on the ground, where they get bullet wounds, no be priority. They want the way they not get guns or whatever, no be priority. The refugees the way they did for Nigeria, no be priority. Una know where to be Ambazonia terrorists, their number one priority. Now for pay Sako Ekome, ye rents and ye bills. Make una understand that one. So these people, they don't even get conscience. They don't even get conscience. After a measly 3,000 people them, they don't contribute everything where they get them, contribute every dime. They don't contribute them, and then they give Sako Ekome, make it go pay rent. Make it go pay rent, but contribute them. Amber boys, ambaShumbu terrorists them. If you been an Amber boy for Bush, where you listen to me right now, how will you feel knowing that? Say they pay Sako Ekome rents with the small chicken change money where all that people they contribute them. Sako itself never ever pay $1 for any of these fundraising and donations them. He never get it on for chop. If Sako want take taxi, go for that hall where they go raise money, Sako go reach for it, go first beg that different person, it go pay you that taxi for go for that hall. When Sako reach for that hall where they do fundraising, other people they send hand for pocket move money for Giam. Sako they instead put your own basket, say me they give ye own, where they call and say with you. President's corner, president's basket for use and pay bills. Sako Ekome there on a salary, a monthly salary of 1.6 million francs every month. When are these donations they pay? If you take that 78 million francs CFA away there for that national treasury, it not even be enough for pay Sako Ekome rents, because for 1 year, Matok said 10 months already, Sako Ekome remain at 1.6 million a month for his salary where ambaShumbu they pay ye. And then they pay rents. On top of that, they spend about 6,000 US dollars every, 6,000 US dollars every month on Sako Ekome. Ye one, okay, 6,000 US dollars. Now, if you divide that 150,000 US dollars where they talk am, make we even add themselves, say now 160,000 US dollars or whatever, where they talk there for that national treasury. You divide them by 6,000, you will get how much. Una way una fit do mental mathematics. Una divide them. Una take the thousands them off. So we talk now 150 divide that by 6. You get what it? When now 75 divided by 3. You get what it? Do the maths for yourself. Now how much that? Now the number of months than that. Where that small 150,000, if you take just Sako Ikome, your personal expenses for paying rent and paying salary, you divide the 150. Una way una fit do mental math. Divide 75 by 3. Okay? May we even talk say they get now 150. More talk say they even get more. More make the mental mathematics easier for una. They no be 75, no be 150,000. It be more than that. Okay? Make we make a round figure where it will be easier for divide them. Make we talk say they get now 100 and what if we go into 6, 180,000. More talk say again now 180,000 US dollars for that treasury. 180,000 divided by $6,000. It will give what? Now 180 divided by 6. It give what? 30. It means say the amount of money we there for their so-called treasury, it be enough for take Sako Ekome for 30 months only. What means say you pay just Sako Ekome your rent and your salary. Where Ambashumu they repay ye all that money Sako Ekome go chop on like granite in 30 months. In 30 months, it no go even reach 3 years. It no go even reach 3 years, my country people. Them the amount of money where they get them in their so-called treasury is enough just for keep Sako Ekome expenses for less than 3 years, for 2.5 years only. 2.5 years now all that. Now some money that. Now Sako now Chris Anu the talk oh no be me the talk. They get now only 150,000 US dollars. And then now, another thing we want to get for understand now say, the fundraising where they do under my trip to Boya, I mean under county by county citizens levy, the CID, for when we no CID, now compulsory independence dues, where Chris Anu and Sako they come up with about 2 years ago. Some people they still pay till today because they set up direct debits them. It come up from their bank account, they go for Ambashubu them every month automatically. Some people they pay. So now wait that way they happen. Now the war draft where they launch they do war draft for the whole of 2020 and then they do war draft for the whole of 2021. And all that money, all the Amba boys them, Amba terrorists them, including Christopher Anu, your own brother, they talk say they never see 1 kobo for that money. But yet Chris Anu they can't tell una today, say for their so-called national treasury, now only 150,000 US dollars there for day. Now make una tell me una think say now how much they be raising for war draft? Chicken change. All that money now war draft that chicken change. For Momo alone, the amount of money where they be publicly announced and say they raise them for Momo alone. They be say they raise more than 360,000 US dollars. For Momo alone, no, not them be talk. But now you go for National Treasury, as then they talk for 2022, for March. Chris Anu the talk said now less than 150,000 US dollars they inside. So we start the war draft there. But then the Amba terrorists on the ground they tell us say they never see 1 kobo. These people are heartless. They small way they even contribute them. Amba terrorists they carry bullet wound go die for Nigeria. Mem snake bite. Amba terrorists they get snake bite. They ask the Shumbu them for paracetamol for even numb the pain. In no day. Paracetamol no day. But they go pay Sako Ekome rent. They go give Sako Ekome salary because they're fake jobless pastor. Even Christopher Anu he says so don't kind of tell una now. Say no call them pastors. Not thief people them. Poor thief people them. Now he says so they talk. My country people them. We don't Tory too small today, no. We don't Tory. They don't correct so. Make we play our beautiful Sako single. The song where Anglophones they sing I'm now for sing I'm about Sako and the Amber terrorists them. For 2016-17. These same Anglophones they be run around. They talk say Pobia, Pobia. They don't go agree me Pobia drink water. How many people Pobia go now so they run around Commercial Avenue, they sing them. They carry peace plan, they say, we don't go we don't go we are gone. We go crave our country. Restoration. They don't go. Hey, Pobia this, Pobia go up, Pobia come down. But may not get me wrong. I know a politician. I don't like Pobia that much. I never ever vote for you. I never ever vote for no person except for Cameroon. But I tell you something. Pobia na Pope. Pope President Pobia PPPB. Now you name that. Because if Namia be there for that position, I don't wipe all na drum. 1, 2. If na Sako be there for that position, why me I even talk some? Man, not even waste my energy. Sako don't already show now some of your true colors then. Now wait this way Anglophones they talk am. Now they need to talk about Pobia. They need to sing about Pobia now. Now they sing now about Sako, Chris Anu, Iringwa. Una listen.
Révolution d'Ambazonia. La Cruz, Dr. Sako, apprentice associé. Tien appris à Paul, political witchman for Yalandi Malak. ambaWorld, song beautiful. Sako, spoil the country. Now we go fix us. Sako, 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 dirty water. Now we go clean up. Sako, 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 spoil the country. Now we go fix us. Sako, 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 Sako. Inside Bakanga spectacle to pass them where they do all kinds of stuff for toi. That means inside that their own sia équipe nationale de Shiba. Dr. Sako, he promet Ambazonia them say within $1 million, I go take una rich boy. But so that road for boy this is so long. That road for boy this is so long. And the Ambazonia said, see people.
Momo Cartel, Mogamo. Country people, at the enter on that tunnel, maybe my line it would disconnect. Actually, the tunnel no long.
Inside down our own sia équipe nationale de Shiba. Them dey Bakankan people. Kankan 4 pastor them. With the avocat way. Sisi kwa yukta bi banyangi boy. Dismiss and say you no qualifié. For arrêter case even for Tifao. Barrister John Fu, he come for a die unique. Say he must come on Sisi for you tabi for Chia. In not Bakankan Jim Grammar for television. Population d'Ambazonia acts and say, that you own grammar now from Kumba, so now feel when you study. But so, Chris Anu, political tip man for Ambazonia. He used Bakankan spectacle for Tualdo. Now get Tasha the Ambazonia. Ma Iringwa. He told them say, me a guess so I work for airport. Me I no go train for Tualdo. Every time he say me I no go train a kid national for 2 people. He do come on. Say na for
the Kumkumasa, we the Cameroonians, we pledge our loyalty. Kumkumasa, Kumkumasa, you shall free our country from terror, and your blessings shall be like the stars above. The Most High God shall be your guide.
Yes, so some people, they're the one that say, "Chai, countryman, how the periphery they do am? Man, the mining business is there on the motorway, they drive for 2 hours straight. And in those 2 hours, it produce and present a live presentation where it even passed the one way some people they do am for TV station. It no hard my country people in that dedication and wait till we countryman the do am now because I do am from the buttocks of my heart of the buttocks. Now wait that way it happen when you be passionate about something. You do am with genuine passion and it come out clean. No man by force, no man no force me or task me for do what I do am. I do am out of the love of Cameroonians and Cameroonianness, okay? And because I be good at what I do, it is not easy. Actually, it's easy for me because I don't hone in the skill. Because when you practice something, they say practice makes perfect. You do something over and over and over and over again, you become an expert at it. Also, what I mean, I say driving is a passion of mine. I love and I enjoy driving. Driving, especially my motor, when me I move my money by them, where I enjoy driving the motor. When I see I'm in the distance, now Canary Wharf, that's where I'm going. Okay, now the heart of a city that for London, that's where the money is made. Okay, that's where you stay one night for hotel for they recharge you. That kind of money I pay for Creepy, 100,000 for one night. For London, I do it because now for I go make my money, I go make and I make them. But the one where they go spend and I spend for Cameroon, that equation, I would talk say it cannot go like they tell you for primary school. The talk say when you talk say 3 minus 5, it cannot go. Yes, now so they teach me for primary school. It cannot go. So now Canary Wharf that in the distance for ambush with terrorists the way they always talk today. So they want for find out what's countryman day. They monitor my movement as I drive the go. They see which road are they on so that they go trap me. For when I come off from Benny Corner, they come so bam, they trap me. Bam. Now I don't tell una. I go now to Canary Wharf right now. Tomorrow, when a Saturday, I get a job. I get something to do, which is part of my work for Barclays Capital at Canary Wharf. One of those tall buildings in the distance. Now Barclays Capital, that okay. You get the Citigroup building where right at the top you get the flashing light. You get a pyramid at the top, and then Barclays Capital is a shorter building. What now? The financial capital that for Europe, Canary Wharf. Okay, a lot of money exchanges hands there. I'm talking about intercontinental kind of amount of money. You know that they can 150,000 US dollars where Sako comment they play with for their so-called treasury. I'm talking about 150 trillion dollars at a time. Now the kind of business that they go transact them today. Okay. Now for day I go there 9 a.m. prompt tomorrow. I go there for day. Now why do I come off my house for low sharp? I start drive the go stay the night at the hotel. So that for morning time for 9 a.m. I there for day. Make you understand that one. It means I get an appointment for 9 a.m. Now no time when me I get to be at that place 8:30 at the latest. If I arrive there after 8:30, I'm late. I get to be prepared. Okay, now I be professional. So it's not easy. So people the day way, if you give them even studio yourself, give them all the equipment, they know go still produce live broadcast, put things them together, analyze things them, and bring out facts, reality, joke, una talk, una entertain una self, laugh and talk and do which way countryman they do am. I do am a bit seamless because say this is what I was born to do. And what I mean is I don't discover the reason for which I was born to destroy Ambazonia terrorism.
Révolution d'Ambazonia. La Cruz, Dr. Sako, apprentice associé. Tien appris à Portia, political witchman for the land of ambaBoy, some hero. Sakoran, spoil the country, now we go fix it. Sakoran,
I don't just decide for stay on live a few more minutes for una my country people them. This approach, when me at the approach, so traffic a day right here right now because at the approach which way they call and say Blackwall Tunnel for London. Now tunnel where they built them hundreds of years ago, it passed now underwater. So all this motor there when I say and so most of them they go cross that the River Thames for London. They go under the water, under the tube, under the tunnel. They go under the water and then come on for the opposite side. Okay? So now for tell now, if you get obstacle for your front, you need to find way for overcome that obstacle. If you know if you jump over, then you dig hole and you go under. But it not be enough for just reach when you see an obstacle, you shouldn't for they start crying. No, you have to overcome. You have to overcome. So when I see all the motor and so they go to my right and the lane where me are there for day, they go under that tunnel. Now Blackwall Tunnel, this where we go enter so. Blackwall Tunnel. Why waste some una there for una lives? They ask you very simple challenge for your life. Una cry, come all kind cry. Una cry, all kind cry. No get time for wait. Ma go. People they all about cheat me. Una cry, all kind cry. Where the just ask me for do something will be easy. Una cry. But when way people the day where they send people them to the moon, they build tunnels underwater. Say now me this, I don't really start the descent. At the descend, so I go under the water. You know if you see the water, but I go under. And if you see at the black walls, then this to my left and right. Now why do they call them Blackwall Tunnel? At the enter at the Blackwall Tunnel, this so my contribute them. And as now see the tunnel in front of una, I no get network reception underwater for obvious reasons. I go now underwater. So my contribute them. I go talk to una at the end of the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Oh.